Hey guys, thanks for joining. Today I am going to show you how I make my creamy pasta and shrimp with salmon. First, I'm washing the fish to make sure that it's cleaned. I use lemon juice and fresh lemon juice and water. Now I'm just seasoning my fish to my desired flavor. I used Old Bay and some other seasonings I have in my shelf. Now I'm going to sear the salmon. I want it a little dark. At first I sear it in a mixture of olive oil, butter, and garlic. I love to use garlic to flavor my oil. Once I get that desired, I add my fish to that and let it come to a nice, beautiful sear. So I'm just going to add my 3 pieces here, and you can see I am just putting them separately so that I have enough room in my pan to make sure that they sear to the desired color that I want to. I'm just swirling the oil around, leaving it for about 5 minutes on each side to make sure that it gets a pretty good color. You can do skin side down if you want to first. I like to get my sear on my fish side first before I turn it over to the skin side. You can remove the skin if you're not a skin person on your salmon. It is totally up to you. This is your meal. You're preparing it for yourself and your family, and you can do as you so choose. Now I'm just flipping it over to the skin side so that side can also get a nice color as well. And I'm going to leave that for another 5 to 6 minutes as well so that it will also have a nice color. I will go ahead and spoon the oil and butter mixture with the garlic on top of the salmon to just make sure that it's cooking evenly on the sides as well. I do go ahead and finish this in the air fryer just to make sure that it's cooked thoroughly, which I did not record in this video, but I'll do that in another video to show. After I remove it from the pan here, I let it rest for a little bit. Then I put it in my air fryer on 375 degrees and leave it in there for about 8 to 10 minutes. So while I do that, you're going to see me, you're not going to see me remove the fish from the pan. I didn't record that part, but it's going to jump quickly here to me preparing the shrimp. Now, before we even get to that, I'm just going to talk about the shrimp. I cleaned and deveined my shrimp, seasoned it with some Old Bay, black pepper, my garlicky herb from Dash of Daisy, my garlicky herb seasoning, and sweet smoky rub. She has the best seasonings if you want to try her out, by the way. And I seasoned the shrimp, and then I just added it to the pan. Yes, here we go with our shrimp. So I basically just cook it on each side for about 3 to 4 minutes. I don't want it to overcook, so I didn't let it stay long. I just waited until it was just about pink. Flip those over. Wait, before I even flip it over, sorry, I added some red pepper flakes, and I'm also going to add some parsley to give it some very nice flavor as well. Once I add that, I combine everything together to make sure that they stick to the shrimp. So when I remove the shrimp from the pan, the shrimp can hold on to those flavors. Because I'm not washing this pan, by the way, I'm going to use the pan to make my cream sauce, and that pan is going to have all of the flavor from the shrimp, the garlic, and the red pepper flakes already in the pan when I go to add my heavy cream and other ingredients for the cream sauce. So we're just going to remove that from the pan, and once I have all the shrimp removed, I'm going to go right into making the cream sauce to bring this dish completely together. So I use heavy whipping cream for my cream sauce. I also add black pepper and parsley. Now I'm going to add maybe about 1.5 shallots, I believe. And I'm also using a stir-in garlic paste that I purchased from Aldi. There are many different brands of this stir-in garlic paste. You can get that at your local grocery store or farmer's market, food market, wherever you so choose, or wherever you shop for your cooking ingredients. I saute my shallots. Then I'm going to stir in my garlic paste. I use garlic paste because it's a lot easier for me to just grab it from the shelf, but you can use fresh garlic if you want to. I don't like to peel garlic, so I usually get my peeled garlic in the package, but I didn't have any more, so I just opted for the stirring garlic paste. Once I get that stirred together, now I'm going to add the heavy cream so that it picks up all of those flavors off of the bottom of the pan. And then I'm going to start to season the cream with the rest of the seasonings that I'm going to use to let it have a nice, wonderful, beautiful flavor. You're gonna see that coming up real soon. Okay, here we go. Added my heavy cream. That's probably about a half a cup of heavy cream, give or take. I have a bad habit. I'm West Indian. I don't measure. I'm going to list the ingredients at the end of the video so you can have it. I'm probably just going to add a photo at the end so you can see everything that I've used. So now I'm combining my heavy cream with the shallot and garlic mixture. There's already red pepper flakes in there and parsley, so I'm just stirring everything together to ensure that the flavors combine and come together nicely. Once that combines, I'm going to add some more parsley and fresh ground black pepper. I prefer to use fresh ground black pepper. It just tastes better to me in my dishes when I use that as opposed to the pre-ground black pepper. But again, you can use whatever you so choose, whatever you have in your cabinet. But I just personally prefer the fresh ground black pepper. So I like lots of pepper in my cream sauce, by the way. It gives it a beautiful, wonderful flavor. While you're adding your ingredients, it's going to quickly come to a boil. We don't want that to burn or anything. So then we're going to go back to tend to the sauce, mix it around so that everything is incorporated. All the ingredients that you just added is also incorporated in the sauce. And we're just going to ensure that that's thoroughly mixed and has a nice flavor at the end. Once you are satisfied with your mixture, you can then go ahead, and what I'm going to do next is add Parmesan cheese. Now, personally, I like to use fresh Parmesan off the block, or I purchase it and I get it grated in the supermarket. I do not like pre-shredded cheese of any kind. However, we are on quarantine because of the Rona, so no cheese is nowhere in any supermarket. I couldn't get any fresh Parmesan cheese anywhere. So I had to buy this stuff in the bottle, and that's what I'm going to be adding to my cream sauce to get it that rich, nutty flavor and to also thicken it as well. I'm again adding more black pepper. You're going to see me add the Parmesan cheese shortly, just to make sure that the sauce comes together nice and thick, because we want it to stick to the pasta and the shrimp when we combine all our ingredients together. That's why we use Parmesan cheese to bring all of that together. So here I go with the Parmesan cheese. I'm adding that to make sure that the sauce thickens. I'm going to whisk that around instead of using the wooden spoon. I put the wooden spoon down because I don't want the sauce to be lumpy. So I opt for a whisk when I add my Parmesan cheese to make sure that it's smooth and creamy and nice and thick, because who wants to bite into their pasta and get a lump of Parmesan cheese when they bite? I certainly don't want that. Alright, so I'm going to add just a little bit more Parmesan just to get it nice and thick the way I want. Just a little bit more, not too much. Make sure that that thickens really well. And what I also did, I already have the pasta cooked and waiting on the side. I did not drain the pasta. I boiled it for about 6 minutes instead of the 8 minutes that is recommended on the box. I let it sit in the hot water and cover it so it will continue to cook in the hot water, because what I want to do, I want to have the pasta water for when I combine my pasta and my sauce and my shrimp. Sometimes when you're making sauces, it may be too thick, so what the pasta water does, it actually breaks down the thickness of the cream sauce. So that's what I'm taking the pasta from right now, and a little bit of the pasta water is actually going into the sauce as we speak with the pasta, because the starchiness of the pasta water does something to the sauce, and it makes it taste really good and come out with that perfect consistency. So I do not drain the pasta. I just cook it for 6 minutes, let it sit, because it's going to continue to cook in the hot water, so that I'll have the pasta water when I'm combining my ingredients together to bring the dish together. Okay, so here we are. I have the pasta, my penne pasta, my cream sauce, combining everything to make sure that it comes together nicely. This smells so good, you guys. I wish you could smell. This is my favorite line when I'm cooking. Is that I wish you could smell this. It smells really delicious. Now you want to make sure that you might think I'm over mixing this, but you want to make sure that you thoroughly combine your sauce and your pasta together, because you want it to be totally saturated. You want your pasta to be completely saturated in that sauce. So every bite of pasta you have, you get every bite of pasta that's on your fork. You want to make sure that there's sauce in there. All right, so now I'm adding the shrimp, and you can see that all of the parsley and the red pepper flakes are still on the shrimp. I love that it's stuck to the shrimp. That's exactly what I was going for. And here we are with a little slow-mo food porn type of vibe. Yeah, so I'm just combining the pasta, the cream sauce, and the shrimp together as we're coming to the final steps of this wonderful, delicious dish. Now I'm adding more pasta water, as you see, to kind of break the sauce down, because it came out a little bit too thick for me. So that you just need a little. That will help to kind of spread the sauce out. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you can see it already breaking down and getting just a little bit loose as I'm mixing everything together. And we're pretty much done. I'm going to again combine everything to make sure that every inch of ingredient in here has sauce on it. And my favorite ingredient that I actually got introduced to by one of my Instagram friends, Daisy Dash, she's the one that sells the seasoning, is Palmarosa. It's a Knorr pasta side. It's basically like a finishing. You can use it to make sauce. She used it to make a wonderful rasta pasta recipe, and I find that when I add it to my shrimp and pasta recipes, it takes it up a notch. The flavor is out of this world. So you can get the Knorr pasta size at Target, and it might also be in your local grocery store. So let's wrap this up, guys. Here we are, the finished product. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please leave your comments below. You can follow me on Instagram. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.